Good evening, guys. Kenneth Tortoise Capital with the Nightly Strategy Podcast for August 8th, 2024. I'm going to move right to the uh, swing trades, swing trades of the day. This is EWW. And this one is on 3 minutes. Here's the yesterday's close. This is the OR10. That's the 30-day and 5-day anchored VWAPs. After 10 minutes, we get the breakdown here. We're short with a standard risk box here. We take half an hour loss, we stop and reverse, take a fractional loss, re-enter on the kata 2, take a fractional gain, kata 2 re-entry on the PSAR flip, fractional gain, kata 2 re-entry, sorry, that should be, sorry about that. Yeah, this should be a yellow box. So you can see. And we get about an R, so we netted slightly positive for the day. But EWW was a perfect grind here that made it really, really hard to enter. In retrospect, you say, oh, well, as long if I buy this and I stay with it as long as it's north of the VWAP, I'm okay. But hindsight's pretty good in that one. So fractional gain for the day. This is DVN, Devon Energy. Again, yesterday's close, there's going to be a gap up to here, returns to the VWAP. So when you see large divergences away from the VWAP, don't be surprised when it gets reconciled the next day. So here's that opening range of 10 minutes. There is the entry on a breakout of the OR10. Standard risk for an R. Kata 2 re-entry for half. Kata 2 re-entry for about 1. And so a couple R on that one on a grinding day. Last one up here is DIA. Also on the 3 minute. Yesterday's close. Great big gap up. So those playing the gap breakout, you might have been able to get a better entry around in here. But we took the OR10. That was the discipline today. That gives us a little over 1 R, about 1.5 on the first move. Kata 2 re-entry for a fractional loss. Fractional loss. Kata 2 after a sideways quiet channel in the lunchtime for about an R. So about 2 R for the day in DIA. Tough sledding today. Hamad in go through his here. He brings home 2.3 in EWZ. There was a, there's the gap opening. He gets the OR10 breakout cash. Consider that one, but he didn't take it. So it brings home 2.3 on the 10-minute chart. That's really well done. Uh, grinding in EW or DIA, excuse me. He doesn't get the third reentry, which would have paid. The Q's basically the same thing, fractional loss. He does get the fat part of this curve, but gets caught up in the chop here a little bit at lunchtime. Always a problem. -1 in XLE. Um, maybe slow on the recovery here. Yeah, he should be here rather than here. And then he tried to make up for it with this one, I think, and got hit twice. Jonathan and EWW, yeah, this was choppy as all get out. This last one is in the last hour of the day. We shouldn't be in there at all. Just a regular continuation here would have actually paid off for plus 0.9 instead of minus 0.9, but um, you're entering the quiet zone here, so I get that. But that last hour trade should not be taken. And then DIA scratches. This one was a late. No, this is on 3 minutes. So that's okay. That's an OR10 and a 1, 2, 3. He gets ticked out here. The re-entry should be here or not later than here. Waiting for the kata 2. And by then the run was done and we didn't know it, but it was going to be a choppy day altogether. You're kind of entering this kata 2 at the peak of the summer as it's rolling over. The place to look at might have been in here, where the fall becomes summer and you get kind of a hit. Now, I would have lost money on that trade, but that's, I think, a better entry here than over here. All right, let's take a quick look at the reports. We're actually putting in some support here with rising lows. Sorry. Well, we're finding support along this major thoroughfare here, the anchored VWAP 150. And we've closed the 3-day VWAP is up. So this is trying to make a case for that being support and then maybe a 50% retracement back to 540. That's the argument for the long side. Yeah, nice recovery day here. Yeah, this is what it's a little easier to see if we just mark off the lows, there's that double bottom. And then today was the low here and it closed here near the top and it's pushing the top of this. So tomorrow could actually be a day. If it breaks above the 5-day high, PSAR flip is there and then it'll feel good going into the weekend. Wouldn't take much to add a little confidence into that market. Yeah, you see the 30-day was 30-minute was just slightly up. And I take the absence of selling pressure as a positive sign. All right, in dashboard 1, we remain bullish volatile. We had a nice little bump these last 2 days. Volatility starting to roll over and beginning to diminish. Excuse me, get the hiccups. Plenty of symbols in the Dow and the ETFs on the auto framer. So it's a buyer's market. And you can see there were no breakouts at all. This is a healing process going on. But the winners, Texas Instruments, Tesla, NVIDIA, Intel, it's your tech heavy hitters there. Look for more follow through tomorrow on those guys. Only Brazil had the juice today. So if anything, that's a possible target for tomorrow's momentum. Lots of auto framers, as we said before. And there's the math on the auto framers for those of you doing end of day trading. Handful of good squeezes, including Treasuries, Microsoft, and Merck. And TC2000's Sniper Auto Framer, giving you the same stats. 20 symbols, testing out better than 2-1. A buyer's market being dominated by the winter on both sides, ETFs and large caps, and a lot more favorable recovery type action in the ETFs, as you can see. Latin America and Brazil kind of leading the way there. US steel continues to look pretty good. No change to the lineup in our frog list of excellent intraday candidates. And yeah, made a little bit of a recovery today, and that'll look decisive if we can get some legs here over the next couple days. All right, that's everything for today. We'll get this published and posted and catch you tomorrow. Take good care.